What is up, Team Boosted, and welcome to another video. This series of videos, we're really trying to get the 911, which I know you can't see, but it's right behind us. We're trying to get the 911 running before January is over. I know it's not January yet, but it'll give us about a month to do it.
And in the last video, we promised you guys a burnout with the Datsun, so we're going to work on getting that alternator charging today so that we can weld up the diff and finish off the year with a sweet burnout.
Yeah, so a bunch of random crap, actually. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Devin's going to go ahead and get to work on the Datsun, and while he does that, I'm going to tap the compressor housing of our turbo for a boost signal, and I'm also going to see what type of fittings we need for our oil plumbing for the feed and the drain on our whole set HX35. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is our Datsun also runs a whole set turbo, which is obviously we're running on this HX35. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go pull the oil feed line off the Datsun because I'm assuming it's roughly the same, and I'm going to see if that lines up and is the right length that we need for this motor. That would be great because I know where I bought that online. I can just go and reorder it for this engine. So I'm going to go rip that off right now and see if it fits. Unfortunately, this line is too short, so I can't just order another one, but we can just get the AN fittings we need and just make a hose of the length that's required for our build. Okay, so you can see right there, that's where I have the boost source for the wastegate. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Obviously, I don't want to drill into that with the compressor housing still on the turbo, so like this one, I'm going to just take it off. It's really easy with these whole sets like we've explained in the past. On the back, of course it's on the other side, but on the back there's these tabs, you squish them together and this comes right off. Okay, so I chose to drill through this kind of plate tag here because that's a lot of material. There'll be a lot of threadable material right there. It'll make for a pretty good boost port. I suppose it's a good time to see what Devin's up to because he has the entire car taken apart. Okay, so what Devin's doing is he's thickening the wire, so we're going from, what was it, 10?
Yeah, it's 10 gauge to a 6 gauge. We're also putting a mega fuse in it, and I know this is not how you're supposed to do this, but we couldn't find a mega fuse holder at any auto parts stores, so we have to order that up. So for now, I'm just going to wrap it in a bunch of electrical tape. Much thicker wire. We were pretty sure that the wiring was all good before, so we're just going to make everything more robust, thicker wire, better alternator, and that should do it. Alright, so I got the old alternator here and the new alternator. This one's clearly bigger and badder. As well, you'll notice up front here there's 4 holes in this area. On the better ones there's only 2 holes there. So that's how you know that this was the, I don't know, like 95 amp one, and this is the 131, so. We're going to put up that heat shield to protect against the wastegate, and then we'll get this installed. The wastegate is off because, as we said, we're blasting these wires down here with hot air. So I've made just a simple little metal plate that's going to go like that. It's over there drying with paint, but we're just going to pop rivet that on, and that should keep those wires nice and safe. Okay, so we're running out of daylight on the Datsun, and that's not moving. And we're going to turn our attention now to the Porsche because we set that deadline for ourselves. We want it running in under a month, so we have a lot to do with that. Yo, try this drink. This is going to be really fucking hot.
It's not that.
No, it's pretty spicy. Volcanic jalapeno.
Yeah, there's volcanic jalapeno, and then we got
crushed red pepper.
Yeah. I thought you said it wasn't going to be that spicy.
I mean, I never said it wasn't going to be that spicy, but after like 3 or 4 pieces, it's a little rough.
That's what I said. Oh. There's 2 halves of this wiring, and that's the in-car stuff and the harness coming off of the engine. So we need to figure out what everything used to go to, so we know what we don't need and what we need carrying over to the new setup.
Yeah, the new setup's mostly splicing into this old stuff. But this clearly is not where it originally was, and we need to figure out where all this stuff goes, like whether or not it goes under here and comes out that side of the engine, this side of the engine, because it doesn't all just fall off the back.
Okay, so right when I got done explaining that half of the wiring is done in the car and the other half's on the engine, we started to look more deeply into this, and something that we expected to happen is that we don't have any of the small hardware necessary to actually start doing any of this. So we started making a list per usual, because I'm not very organized and I know Devin's not very organized, and that's what really kills these timelines, is all the little things that you don't know that you have to do until you're actually doing them. So tomorrow we're going to hit the hardware store. We're going to hook up the steel braided line. We need some -6 fittings or -4 fittings for each of these fuel rails here. In addition to that, we need everything to plumb the oil from the back passenger side to the front driver's side, I believe, for the turbo. And this is the compressor housing, obviously, but is a good representation of the turbo. After the limited electrical stuff on the engine's complete and the turbo is plumbed, it's ready to go back in the car, which leads to a whole other things. We need to make sure that we have a clutch picked out. We don't yet. We also need to make sure that, I know one of the CV boots is completely destroyed. That was the mystery goo that was all over Devin the other day when we took the engine out for a test fit. Things like that, you know, the throttle linkage, that's easier to get to right now when it's not in the car. There's just a huge list, and unless you write it down, you're not going to remember everything. So the rest of tonight and much of tomorrow is going to be spent making an extremely thorough list, as thorough as it can be, so we can actually get this car done in 30 days like we're planning to do. It's not the work itself that's challenging. It's making sure that you're not spending 8 hours a day driving back and forth to the hardware store. That's the hardest part. Anyone who's ever built anything that doesn't have a giant shop with just drawers upon drawers of hardware will attest to that. It's just 9 out of 10 times you don't have it. You know, you spend an hour looking for the 10mm wrench. It's just little things like that. So we're going to super clean the garage, we're going to be organized, and we're going to get this car done, so then we can have 2 running cars on the channel. We can do compare and contrast videos, start 2018 off right. So that's where we're at right now. Roadblocks per usual, but that's why we set this timeline for ourselves, so we can actually get things done this time. Alright, that's going to wrap this one up. Mainly we just wanted to drop that deadline on you guys for when we want to get this Porsche running. So we got about 30 days to make it happen. I think we're at the point where we could definitely do that. The only thing that can really screw us over is if something that we order doesn't show up on time.
That, or maybe the possibility of us missing something and having to order that, but we're really gonna, you know, tear apart this whole garage and start making a big list of everything that we need to order up ASAP.
We're gonna keep the Datsun on the side for entertainment purposes. We need to make sure that that runs and stays running though. So at the same time we're doing this, we're gonna make sure that that car stays healthy. It's actually helpful to have an additional car as well. About this video too, in addition to that, we also want to try out some of the new lenses we purchased for Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed the crispy new shots. Really apologize for the audio. We know it's complete trash. We have a mic on the way, it's just not here yet, so we're trying to talk as loud as possible. The stock Canon microphone is just
garbage.
Complete garbage.
You guys are probably hearing a lot of stuff going on in our house right now. It just goes every direction and picks up everything. It makes it so echoey. It's terrible.
All that crap aside, we're going to be giving some stuff away now. If you're unfamiliar with our channel, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video. All you have to do to win is like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Sometimes we ask you guys stuff, sometimes we don't. Any comment is eligible.
Alright, this video's winner is Keegan Spencer.
Okay, Keegan, you get this up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms, and we will get back to you and ship you your new prize. If you want to win, like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. Any comment is eligible if you want to win. But if you want to answer this video's question, leave your New Year's resolution in the comment section below. And that'll do it for this one.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
You're not going to be able to wear that hat for the rest of the night.
She got it. Ooh. Oh, she's going to tear the thing off. Oh, she's not letting it go.
She's going to break it.
Yeah.